Hello YouTube, welcome back to all of you who have seen my videos before. To those of you who haven't, my name's Mark and my videos are usually me working on my car because it breaks a lot. It's old. Anyhow, you probably saw what this video is about by the title. I'm going to replace this rear shocks on the Mercedes C300 2010. It's a pretty easy job. I've had these shocks off before. They were actually replaced once before, but just to show you a little test. Hang on, let me zoom you in and see this a little bit better. I'll bring you closer at least. Yeah, I'll show you a little test to see if you have a bad shock. First of all, let's do a good one. Only one side's bad. Something's up with that shock. I'm actually curious to see what's up with it. This is the good side, except when somebody at Lowe's scraped my car. Anyhow, this is a good side, and you can see how hard as I can wiggle, I can barely move it, and it's like rock solid. As soon as I let go, there's no bouncing or anything. And let's go to the side that mysteriously has a bad shock and wiggle it and see. Ready for this? That's a bad shock. So let's tear into it, see what's up. Okay. I got the wheel off. I'm just kind of looking around. Everything seems fine. I don't know. Must just be a wore out shock. These shocks I had replaced, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. I didn't do it. I had some shop that was putting new tires on, said I needed shocks, and the car had about 150,000 miles at the time, so I was like, well, I knew I didn't need shocks, but it had enough miles. I figured, what the heck, put shocks on it. But anyhow, this one apparently failed, so it doesn't seem like there's any problems here. So let me start taking it off, and we'll check it out when I get it off. Okay, first thing I got to do is, underneath the shock here is this plastic cover, and inside here there's a bolt that holds the bottom of the shock on. So just got to take a pair of pliers, needle nose, whatever you got. Just kind of pinch these plastic things and pop them down through like that. There's 4 of them. Okay, so you can see we got a shock. Bottom of the shock goes to this bolt right here. Through the other side. There's a nut right there. So let's take that off. Let me take that off and then I'll check back. Okay, got this bottom bolt out. Let me move the light. Got this bottom bolt out. And by the way, it's an E socket. E14, I believe it was. There we go. Oh, it's on the drill. Yeah, E14 socket. Why can't you see me? E14 socket. Bolts out. It's just a regular nut. I think it's 16 millimeter nut on the other end. And yeah, the bottom of the shock now is loose. So let's go into the trunk to get the other end. Okay, first thing we got to do in the trunk is get all the golf clubs out. So let's do that. Awesome shoes. Extra golf clubs. Always need extras. Extra set of golf clubs. Right-handed even. These are Ann's golf clubs. we'll leave the broken tee. It's not hurting anything. Golf shoes, lots of grass. Okay, so, interesting. Okay, so let's see something here. The light in here. So this is partially taken apart. I don't know why. The top of the shock's right up here. You can see by kind of the shape of the thing there. I noticed right away that the push pin from here, here, and here is missing, which is weird because look, it's missing here too. Oh, maybe there wasn't one there. There's no hole. Or was there? There is a hole. Oh, the push pin's it's popped out of the push pin. Wonder if that's the same thing over here. Yeah. Huh, that's weird. I thought I would have put that back together properly when I did the rear subframe. Let's just pull this thing down. And expose right there, you see? These two nuts hold the top of the shock. So let's take those two nuts off. Let me get you set up. See if you can watch it. Okay, got you all set up here to watch, because I know you all like to watch. Okay, just got a, I don't know what it is, 12 millimeter maybe? Let's see, 13 millimeter socket on the old impact driver. I probably needed a deep well. I was wondering why it's not going down all the way. These sockets are so shallow. I got her anyhow. Okay, that's all for the top. Pretty easy peasy, right? Now, see, I had you guys. I need a better tripod. Had you all set up on my 1992 bag phone. Ooh, it's looking rough in here. It's been in my trunk since 1993. Well, was in my car since 92. Been in my trunk. It's kind of gross looking. I don't know why I don't throw it away, but nostalgic purposes, I guess, but looking at the shape of the cord, it's not too nostalgic. I should plug it in, see if it works. Alright, maybe we'll plug it in and see if it works later. Okay, next thing I need to do is remove this nut here because, you know, it's wider here. I need to be able to pull this out of the way a little bit. So let me just take a whatever millimeter fits it. It's actually a plastic nut. And just pull this out of the way. Maybe we could take that one as well. And what I'm going to try to do here is lift the shock up. You know, I got to compress it. It takes like strength to compress it. Up. And get it. Let me see if I can show you over here. Just gotta take the camera off to show you. Tripod. So the shock is down in there. See? So I gotta pull it up out of there. So that's what you're gonna see me doing here. Whenever you see me struggling, just know that's what I'm doing. Pull this up. Down up all the way. if I need to get it in those bolts, back in the bolt holes. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the nuts off in the trunk yet. Let me get it back through those holes. Just put one nut on and see. Okay, so as you can see, I had to take the caliper off. You know, this thing was really under pressure. And then I used the jack, put a screwdriver through here, you know, through here. Probably not the safest thing to do, I'm gonna say that. Put a screwdriver through there, jack this thing up to get it to compress. And then I felt at one point the shock kind of gave, like it was stuck. And then it came over and hit the caliper. So I had to take the caliper off, and it came off. So now we have, get the jack out of the way. What do we have now? Here we have the shock. We can just pull it. Oh, there you go. And here it is. So the actual shock, you know, unbolts from here, and this bracket, you know, stays on the car. And I could have left this bracket on the car and just unbolted this, and that would have left this. But the new shocks I got came with this part. So, speaking of the new shocks, let's check them out. I don't know why this doesn't feel like a bad shock. Oh yeah, it does. It goes so far and gets stuck right there. And it is moving kind of easy, I guess, now that I have it out of the car. Let's compare it to the new one. Let me get the new one. The new shocks are TRQ. I don't know, I looked at a million shocks. Well, not a million. There was like maybe 10 choices on Rock Auto. And did I get these from Rock Auto? I don't know. I usually get parts from Rock Auto, but these were on Parts Geek. I don't know, it seemed like a better deal on Parts Geek this time, but usually I get them from Rock Auto, my parts. So let's open one of them up. Let's see, get one of these deals. And one of these deals. In case you don't know that little trick. Okay, so got here. Back up a little bit so you can see the whole picture. We got a shock and some instructions. Attention. Can injury or fatality can result. Okay, so injury or fatality. Instructions, and of course the instructions show a strut. This is a shock. There's a difference. Anyhow, let's go back to this deal and see, do a little comparison. Well shit, this one's pushing down way easier. And it gets stuck too. That feels pretty smooth. Yeah, this one doesn't go very far. I don't know, they feel about the same. This one does go so far and then it just gets stuck, like right there. It bottoms out after only a few inches of travel. This one, that's smooth all the way to there. It's got like a damper action right there. It gets real Oh wait, that might be this thing compressing. So I don't know, I'm no shock expert. I'm just going to put it on and see what happens. So, reverse order. First thing is take these two nuts off. The second thing is to disregard that, because we like to live dangerously. Okay, let's give her a shove and see what happens. Oh wait, is it polarized? Doesn't seem to be. Yeah, this way or this way. Seems the same. So, in the case of non-polarization, just shove it in. You can find a hole. Give it a reach around here into the trunk. My arms aren't long enough for a reach around. She's a big girl. Found a hole. Try and get a nut on the end up here so it stays in. But my arms aren't long enough. This is something useful out of this light. Maybe. Yep. Almost. Okay. Shock here. I'm going to lift it up and get it down in this hole right here. So let's give her a shot. It's just like constant pressure. Keep pushing. It's not like it gets harder as you go. It's just constant pressure. Yeah, see, that's how it's supposed to go. Where's that bolt? Oh, I got it up here. Okay, bolt is in. Little nut ski. I should probably put some Loctite on that. Let me grab some Loctite, put the nut on here, and then I'll check back. Oh, that's pretty darn tight. Pretty sure that's to spec. Okay. Caliper. Slide this bad boy back on like so. I believe you all have just recently seen a video of how this goes on. what is going on here? You know, I'm gonna turn you guys off. You don't need to watch, it's boring. It's the bolt. I'm gonna tighten it. Okay, caliper bolts are tightened. A little plastic dust covers on. Retainer spring. Like so. Okay, yeah, so last thing down here is just pop this plastic cover back on. When you do it, you have to make noises when you get up and down, like, because, you know, wife. Plastic cover is popped on. Keeps the salt up in there. And yeah, put the wheel on. So let's go back to the trunk. Tighten those two nutsters up there. I don't even know which. Come on up. Oh wait, this was a challenge. Hang on a second. Okay, you can see these two nuts here. Just got to tighten them down. Let me see if this is the same size. It is. Do a little zip with the Makita. Oops, I need a deep well. Stripping the thing out. Okay, let me go get a deep well 13 millimeter. Okay, deep well 13 millimeter. And a little zip if I can fit it in there. We don't want them too tight. I don't think these need to be all that tight. I'll be messing anything up. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll push this little cover thing back. I will fix those thingamajiggers. Those plastic push pin things that hold it. Fix those once I have time. But yeah, so that's it. That's that's the shock fully installed. I just got to put the wheel back on and we'll take it for a spin. So check right back. Okay, YouTube, there you have it. New shock replacement. I just did the same thing on the other side. Lickety split, no problems. So let's give it the shake test here. Right? Solid as a rock. Good to go. I took a little buzz around town. I didn't notice any difference really. But there's one bend. I don't go on this road very often, but there's a series of bumps going around this turn. And every time I'd go around that turn, I could tell the car was like, the back of the car wanted to bounce off the road. You know, you had to like counter steer a little bit. So eventually I'll go on that road and see that it's fixed. But clearly we can see she's not bouncing anymore, so it's good to go. So hope somebody gets some useful information out of this. It's pretty easy, you know, easy job changing the shocks on the rear of the C300. And I hope you enjoyed watching, everybody. So have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Alright, I know you guys want to see this. Let's plug her in, see what happens. I hope I don't burn up anything in my car. I got fuses. Let's see if I remember. The cord is in here. Well, there's the antenna. Ooh, it's pretty rough looking. Oh, what do you think? What's going to happen? Okay, let's plug it in. Okay, I guess the car has to be turned on. Let me turn the car key on. Okay, ready for this? Okay. Ooh. Power level 5. No service. Hey, it turns on Bell Atlantic. Send. What could you text with this? Power. Power on. Send, I'm gonna guess, is like call. Hear it? No service. Huh. I bet you could call 911 on it though. Alright, there you have it. Turns on.